semifinals 4 of the last 5 years, but they haven't won a national championship yet. We spoke to Coach Keeler this week, and he said they're 10% away from winning that championship. Now, I asked him what he meant by that kind of peculiar phrase, but he says they have the talent, they have the coaching. They're going to have to find that 10% somewhere else, whether it's in the leadership, whether it's in a pregame meal or special teams or something. He said it's hard, but you're going to have to find that 10% somewhere. The first thing he told me was mistakes, mistakes, mistakes. They just made too many mistakes, and you can't do that against a good team like Sam Houston State. They're already great. You can't just give the ball to them. He couldn't even recall how many turnovers they had, and he also was very concerned about the amount of penalties that the Bears accumulated. He said it always felt like they were on 1st and 20 situations, so he felt like they had a lot to clean up here in the second half. Welcome back. We're in the 4th quarter of this game. Central Arkansas leading SLU 45-10. But last night in Conway, Arkansas, it was truly a special moment for Bears soccer player and senior Kelsey Johnson. Now, her goal of returning on the field was accomplished after undergoing brain surgery this past summer. She never fully was medically clear to play this season. Coach Jeremy Bishop, though, gave Johnson the start on Friday. She completed a pass before being subbed out. Johnson's had an incredible fight through brain surgery and treatment for a tumor that was thankfully benign. Earlier, we showed you that amazing catch from last week. He really has become that big play guy for SFA. He was recruited, though, out of his senior year as an athlete from Tulane. Texas was even looking at him as potentially a safety, but he ended up at SFA because Coach Conk knew they were going to have depth issues at receiver. So they've really made it a point to fast-track pace. We talked to UCA head coach Steve Campbell earlier this week, and he knows they have to be careful in this one with that high-flying Sam Houston State offense. They could blink and be down 21-0. Earlier, you guys talked about what Coach Rebo thought of Chase Fourcade, and he referenced Dennis Green's famous "We are who they thought they were" speech. Well, Chase Fourcade is exactly who they thought he was. He's a true freshman, but he goes right in and commands the huddle. Coach Rebo said that everyone looks at him like just another guy on the team, and that's been the minute he stepped on campus. It's something that you look for in your starting quarterback. Welcome back. Stephen F. Austin is ahead of Nicholls State right now, 14-0. It's homecoming here in Thibodaux, but it's also a homecoming of sorts for SFA's head coach Clint Conk. He went to Nicholls here, who is an All-American linebacker. He was inducted into the Hall of Fame back in 2005. He says the newness of it all has kind of worn off for him, but he says he loves returning to Nicholls because it's just cool. I spoke to Coach Rebo as he came out from his halftime speech to his team, where he told them they have to bring the same intensity they brought at the beginning of the game to this second half of football. He said just because you've been there before doesn't mean you've earned it. And he also told them they didn't come here for it to be close. They came here to win. There are 3 games left in the Southland Conference against 3 tough teams, SFA, Nicholls, and Sam Houston State. How does your team attack that? Earlier this week, you said Sam Houston State's offense had no weaknesses. What do you have to do to contain them? Chase, a double overtime victory. What were you thinking heading into OT? Like you said, it tough, but how big was that last possession, getting the touchdown after the turnover?
Yeah, it was.